weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophy. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, I'm on my weird way. Get it like Toby. You on my way, don't get cozy. Give me my trophies. Yeah, I had to pray. I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot. I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe. Yeah, killing my verses, living my purpose. Yeah, healing my burdens, giving my service. Yeah, I had to pray, I had to kill off the old me. Yeah, had to focus a lot, I'ma shoot my shot, Kobe.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Unnamed Sports Show right here on Gorilla Cross Radio, streaming live on GorillaCross.com, the Gorilla Cross app, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We are everywhere live. I'm your host, Quan59, and we have a big show for you today. Got my co-host just in time, Josh Williams, wearing the same jersey.
I told you.
3 shows in a row.
Listen, okay? And if we win this weekend, it will be 5 shows in a row.
Wow.
Look,
so you're just going to keep wearing it till you lose a game.
Superstition. I am a superstitious kind of guy. I'm not superstitious, but I'm
no, you are extremely
I'm semi-stitious.
Stitious.
You know.
You are extreme stitious. But we have a big show. Got my man from the UFC, Michael Gilmore, in the building with us. Michael, what's good?
Nothing much. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah,
Glad
man.
to be here live.
We just had you on at the beginning of the month, right?
Yeah,
so we just had you on, and you hit me up. You're in Vegas, and so we're like, come down. We got to talk some UFC. So glad you're here.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. And we got my man. I got to find the screen because I got so many screens up here.
Come on.
My man, Justin James, back in the building. He's a regular here, folks.
What can I say?
He's a regular here. He's our MMA just
guru.
Guru.
That's
he's the guru.
The inside man.
Yeah.
I know a little thing about a little thing. You know, that's
A little
that's
bit.
about
A little
bit
about
about
a
a little
little
bit. You know what I'm saying?
So we're going to talk a lot of UFC today. UFC 266 is among us, so we're going to talk about that. And then just everything else that has to do with UFC, MMA, a lot of that. My man Mo Williams is going to be on in a little bit here. And we have 2 other people on Skype, TJ Laramie, and we have one right now that I'm going to try not to mess up her name, but I might. I've been trying not to.
It's a tough one.
Do you got it down?
No.
Do you want to try it?
No.
Let's just see who gets it the best.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me.
Because I haven't even practiced at all.
Yeah. See, I saw it and immediately got immediately backed up a little bit.
You backed up?
Okay. So I'm gonna go with Jasudavicius.
Close.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Okay.
Good job, Josh.
Okay. That was my first pass at it.
So we're going to get her live on the line right now. If you could unmute your mic. We got Jasmine. Jasudavicius? Is that right?
That's well done.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Look at me. I'm an all-pro with this. Jasmine, how you doing? First of all, congratulations.
I'm doing
Contender
awesome.
Series winner. And you got a contract in the UFC. How does it feel We got your fight on in the background right now, watching it. I'm watching it for the fourth time. It was a great fight. You almost got her in the first round with the knockout, but how does it feel just to be able to say your name with UFC fighter attached to it?
It's crazy. Like initially, I kind of didn't set in. It's like been it's been over a week now, and I feel like it's like just starting to kind of like set in now. I've done like all the meetings and everything with the Performance Institute and like all the consultations and everything, and so now it's really starting to set in.
Nice. Just going through the motions, and it took a while to even understand what it feels like to be a UFC fighter now. What was that whole process like, going through Contender Series and now just dealing with now I'm a fighter. Now I have to stop celebrating to move on to preparing to fight in the UFC.
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't want to be one of those people that like gets here and then has one or two fights and then gets cut. It was a hard trek to get here, and now it's going to be like an even harder trek to stay here. But I think I'm doing the right work, and I think that I can do some big things here.
Now, Jasmine, can you talk about? We have two fighters in the studio right now that have gone through the process. One's been through the Contender Series, the other's been through the Ultimate Fighter. Can you talk about your process of getting to Contender Series, and now that you've won and gotten a contract, how do you feel like it's gonna? What do you feel like it's gonna take to keep you there?
I think that to stay here, I have to just continue working every day. I don't think there's a magic thing that I have to change or anything like that. It's hard work every day and being consistent. I think that's the recipe. It's hard work, unfortunately. I wish it was easier, but no.
Now, there haven't been many other Canadian women fighters in the UFC. There are a few. Now that you are the newest Canadian fighter, what do you think about your upbringing in Canada and just the sports atmosphere in Canada? How do you think that's helped mold you into the fighter you are today?
There exactly what you said. There's not that many women Canadian fighters, so pretty much my main training partners are all dudes. It's at home. It's all the guys. Like my main training partner for the first 4 years was like this guy named Tisha Guthrow, and he's the man. Like he's like a huge reason of why I'm so tough and why I can like get put down so much and then but still continue coming. So it's sick that I can like kind of put Canada on the map a little bit, and like in regards to female fighting, but it's nice being in Vegas and training with girls, so it's nice having the balance of both.
Yeah. Now, you're 6-1 now. You're still young and early in your career, but you are 32. Do you think, moving forward, that you can speed up your progress and get to the next level in the UFC quickly, or how long do you think that could take?
Yeah, I mean, I'm older, so I want to bang out some fights. I don't want to sit on the shelf for a year or whatever. Only take 1 or 2 fights a year. That's crazy. But yeah, like I think women, they hit their prime a little bit older, so I'm not too concerned about like my body breaking down or anything. And I haven't been training since I was a little kid, so it's not like I'm gonna get bored of MMA. There's always so much for me to learn, and it's like I feel like I've just scratched the surface, and so everything that I learn, I grow exponentially from it because I haven't learned it before. Like my growth rate, I think it will be very high. As I think after every fight going into the next one, I think you can see improvements.
Yeah, you don't have many bad habits that you're trying to break because they're all new habits. So you're you're learning on the fly.
Exactly.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now,
and I have been sorry.
No, go ahead.
I've been very fortunate that it's like I didn't go to like a Mich dojo before and learn these bad things. It's like I've had very good high level training my entire career, and so I think that's been a big thing. It's like I've always learned the proper way in the first place.
Mm.
So women in the UFC is still a new thing, pretty new. So what got you into fighting? And you know, being a female fighter, it's still new. So what was the first thing that got you into, I want to be a fighter and I want to actually pursue this as a career?
So I watched sparring for the first time. My coach / boyfriend, he was helping Jason, like former UFC fighter Jason Sago, prepare for a fight. And so I came and I was just sitting in the gym, like watching them for the week. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then they were sparring. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then so I just asked, like, yo, let me spar. And they're like, yeah, you're not just going straight from nothing to sparring. And then so after class, then Jason did some moving around with me. And he's like, you know, you have a little bit of natural ability. You do some training, you might be able to make a run at this. And that's like how the spark happened, and haven't looked back since.
And
Wow.
how long? When was this? How many years ago?
Oh, I was only 26, so it's
Okay.
or 25, something like that. So it's I've only been in the game for like 6-7 years.
Okay.
Wow. So what was it like when, you know, you win the fight, right? You win Contender Series fight, but then you have to wait, and you were the first fight of the night, so you have to wait for a couple hours before Dana White even comes up with his papers. And I'm not even sure if he had papers that night, but he comes up. And what's that like for that 2 hours waiting to know, like, okay, I won my fight, but do I get a contract?
Oh, it was so stressful. Oh my goodness. And I was very worried because it did go to decision.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not really good to go decision in Contender Series.
Yeah.
I knew that. But luckily, when I was leaving the cage, then Dana gave me props. And he's like, good fight or something like that. So I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. But then I'm watching the fights and I'm like, fuck, these are some sick fights. Like, I don't know. That was only the first fight. So he obviously liked it, but I don't know. These are good fights, and there were finishes and stuff. So I was very, very, very worried, and I'm like talking to my family in the back on the phone, and like talking to my manager and talking to my coaches and stuff. And we're just like, do you think so? Like going back and forth. But you know, when I was sitting there in the chairs, and I'm like, just in my head, like, please, 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 and I had like butterflies in my stomach. And then Daddy Dana came through for me.
Now, right when he said your name, what was that feeling like?
Oh, he's like, Blitz. I'm like, what? Like, it was nuts. I couldn't believe it. I was just on top of the world. Like, I can't even put it in words how sick it was. But and then when I saw him, I gave him such a big hug because I was so happy.
That's awesome. Well, we're very happy for you being in the UFC. And where are you training out of right now? Are you back in Canada?
I'm not back in Canada yet. My boy Aaron Jeffries, a teammate of mine, he's fighting on Contender Series this coming Tuesday. So I decided to stay in Vegas, and that way I could watch his fight as well. Enjoy Vegas for a little bit. You know, I've been here, but it was like gym home, gym home, gym home, gym home. So finally, I'm able to like go. I went on like a 6.5 hour hike yesterday,
nice.
2 days ago, and like we, been able to like actually explore Red Rock, and
Nice.
I went to the Strip a bit, but that's not really my style. I like going out and seeing like nature and shit like that.
And see, so many people don't realize that Vegas is so much more than this one street that we're on. We have the mountains out here and everything else, and it's beautiful.
What
we
part
should have got you in the studio.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. What part of Canada are you from?
Sorry?
What part of Canada? What part of what?
I'm from Ontario, like near Niagara Falls.
Oh, okay, all right, by Buffalo.
Yeah, very close. Yeah.
Very nice.
I
yeah,
went
it
to
is
more
nice
Sabres games than I have Leafs games.
No
actually.
way, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Wow.
Well, before we let you go, we have to get your UFC 266 picks. We're gonna be going around the room and kind of giving everybody their picks. But wanted to get your opinion on the main card fights. And so if you could just you could give a little bit of insight on who you think would win each of these fights. So the first fight of the night is actually two ladies in the main card. Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Cavallo.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Who do you think is gonna win that one?
I have Cynthia for that one. I
upset.
think they're both super skilled, and like Andrade obviously has power, but Cynthia is very, very well rounded. I've actually trained with Cynthia before, and she's a nightmare. So I'm gonna go with Cynthia on this one.
Cynthia Cavillo, right?
Yeah.
I hate you, Quan.
I mean,
I think that's how it's pronounced.
Next up in the heavyweight division,
roll
we've
those
got
right,
Oh, he
Sophia.
knows. Quan knows.
Yeah.
He's around them Latinos.
Yeah, you know,
Anyway, we've got Curtis Blades versus Rosenstrike. Who do you have in that one?
That's tough. I think I'm going Rosenstrike with that one, but with that weight, it's like a toss-up.
Next up, probably one of the more anticipated fights. We've got the rematch, Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. Who do you have in that one?
Yeah, I'm super excited for that fight. I think that Lawler's going to take it, but I want Nick to win. In all honesty, I like the Diaz boys. They're sick dudes. I don't know them personally. I feel like if I met them, I would be friends with them, though. But
they're your style
think,
guys.
Yeah.
All right. In the co-main, we've got Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy. Who do you think is gonna win that one? Is Bullet going with another win?
Yeah, I'm going Shevchenko. She's fucking good, man. I don't think that she'll be stopped for a bit. She's good.
What do you think it's gonna take from a lady to stop her or the Lioness?
I think that there could be a couple routes to winning against her. Obviously, like catching her, that would, but that's tough. At that level, it's so tough. So obviously that's an option. But maybe if you wear her down, then you can have more options. But I imagine she's tough to wear down as well.
Yeah.
All right, and the main event of the night, Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega.
The coaches.
I think I want Ortega to win, but I think Volkanovski is gonna win. I think he's a super talented, very, very good fighter. I think it's just a little bit boring. That's the only reason I'm going with Ortega. I want Ortega to win. I like watching the embeddeds, and but I think that he'll take it. I think he's very, very, very skilled.
Very cool. Jasmine,
Nice.
thank you so much for taking the time with us, and congratulations again. Go celebrate your win. And
Seriously, if you're in Vegas for
yeah.
a while, come through the studio too, man, and sit with us in the studio.
Yeah, I'm only here until Wednesday morning.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, let me know if that works.
Yeah.
If not, then I'll be back next camp.
For
so.
sure. For
right.
sure. We're always here. We're not going anywhere. But Jasmine, we appreciate it. And once again, good luck in the UFC and congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. All right, man. Listen, we have a lot going on today in the studio. We want to welcome one of our ladies of unnamed. She made it. She blamed the traffic.
Yes.
Sophia in the building. How you doing?
I'm so good. How are you guys?
Doing
We're good,
great.
Sophia.
I am so sorry.
Don't be
I'm
sorry.
always on time.
You
the
are.
last time I was late, but I made it on time for the show. So technically,
Sophia,
But the traffic was horrible.
tell him how bad the traffic was.
Oh, no, I sent you a photo.
I know, and
I was bumper to bumper, so I had to use my own GPS up in here and find a new route, which I'm very proud of myself for doing because normally it's a hot mess with me on the road. So I was freaking out trying to get here on time, but I was patting myself on the back like, you go, girl. Okay, you got here.
You did good.
I did good.
You did
but
good.
again, I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Why is the camera on me?
Yeah, you're the best looking one out of
Doing
all
good.
of us. Obviously, you're the best looking one.
You're so cute.
Why is it still? I was laughing.
So I didn't get to meet you
One
guys
day,
yet.
Josh, I'm going to put you back here and you'll
Hey.
see why the camera was
and
still on.
what is your name?
Fair
I'm
enough.
Justin.
Justin, nice to meet you.
Michael.
Justin.
And Michael. Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
Justin and Michael.
These are
Justin and Michael.
two.
There we go.
two
Now we got
fighters.
Sophia on the screen. too.
Two fighters.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Very cool.
they both could kill everyone in this room if
I
it
don't
came
know.
to
You
that.
haven't
Only
met
if there was
me
money
yet.
in it. She looks pretty tough.
She's killing it all the time.
Yeah, I'm always killing it.
Sophia's always killing it. How you
I'm
been?
feisty. I've been really good.
Good.
Been busy, but I
You've
think
been
that's
really
a,
busy.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
singing and performing in front
Yeah.
of thousands of people.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been really cool.
That's good.
I love it. I love being on stage, and yeah, it's great.
Dope. All right. Well, we have another fighter live on the line right now, too,
Wow.
that we're going to talk to. We have a lot of
Why,
fighters
why
today.
do we have so many fighters?
Because it's
Fight
fight
day.
week.
That International Fight Week.
International Fight Week. So we have a lot of fighters, and this is, I don't know if you saw the screen, Josh. Unnamed Sports Show MMA edition.
Oh,
Yeah. You know,
Oh, all right.
working on some graphics. So we got all the MMA fighters here.
yeah, with the scribble,
Nice.
Our
with the
favorites.
the script. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's nice.
That's what I was doing when you were running late.
It was good. Looks good.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Because you're amazing.
Always the.
And see,
pot
I got your
shots.
picture on there too, Sophia.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's me in the middle. No, I'm
That's
joking.
right. She's the
That's
fighter.
me. I'm the fighter.
She's the fighter.
Yeah.
But listen, we have another fighter live on the line. Mo hooked this up. And he has a fight November 6th, I believe. TJ Laramie live on the line. TJ, how's it going? And did I say your last name right?
Yeah, you did.
Good.
Going good though.
Good, man. So talk to us real quick, man. You have a fight coming up November 6th. It's going to be your second fight in the UFC. How do you feel? This is going to be a big fight, big event. How do you feel about
Yeah.
this fight?
It's at Madison Square Garden. It'll be
That's huge.
my first time fighting in the UFC or Contender Series with a crowd, so I'm pretty excited for that. I haven't fought with a crowd yet, which was a weird experience for me at the beginning, but yeah, it's going to be a great event. It's a good matchup for me. I'm pretty excited. It's a good test.
I mean, it's a huge card. You're on the Usman Covington card, and you said you're fighting at MSG. Can you guys? Because we've got some other fighters in the studio. Can you guys talk about fighting in certain buildings and the mystique of fighting in someplace like Madison Square Garden?
Oh, I mean, I couldn't even imagine fighting Madison. First thing, shout out to my dude TJ Laramie. You guys don't know this, but me and TJ go way back. He's been a part of several of my fight camps leading
Nice.
up. And then we have the same boxing coach from Canada, Kara Rose. So me and TJ go back. But as for Madison Square Garden, TJ, you lucky son of a bitch. Man, I'm so jealous. I'm so envious. Every time I've fought, it's been in front of nobody or
Yeah.
maybe 25 people, which sucks. But man, I'm very happy for you, TJ. I know things are going well. I'm sure you're training with Kara your ass off. And man, I'm really excited to see TJ get down. This guy, I mean, I don't want to puff his ego up too much, but this guy's got to watch out for. I mean, he had a little fumble in his first go, but he's going to get some momentum going. He's going to be cranking the top 15 here by the end of 2022.
There we go. Look at that. Prophet Justin.
Count on it.
What about
That's
you?
dope.
What about you? Mike?
So far, I'm in the same boat as Justin here. I fought both in the Ultimate Fighter and then my first UFC fight at the Apex Center. Nobody's there.
Oh wow.
So it is weird with no crowd. But I have walked out with my teammates, both Joaquin Buckley and Daquan Townsend, into arenas full of people, and I got chills right now just thinking about it because of the electricity
Aw.
that the fans give you. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like at MSG. That's nothing that I've been able to experience, but hope to.
Especially out of all the arenas, you could have your second UFC fight and your first fight in front of fans. TJ, to be at MSG. I mean, how many other arenas would you rather be at? I'm not sure. I mean, I think that's the Mecca.
That's up there.
That's crazy. So, I mean, just how is that feeling?
I'm excited. I think it's a good opportunity to be able to, especially on a big card, to be able to especially make up for my last fight and really be able to show everybody what I'm capable of doing. So, like I said, this is an amazing opportunity for me. And I have a good opponent, too, to be able to put everything to the test.
Sure, sure. Now, TJ, in your first fight in the UFC, you lost to a guillotine choke in the first round. What happened in that fight, or how can you say that you're a different or better fighter now, moving on in this fight camp to your next fight?
Honestly, I just wasn't really mentally prepared, if I'm being honest with you. The whole UFC thing and everything was a little bit new as far as that. And there's a lot of pressure, especially I'm a little bit younger too. So I've always had high expectations throughout my whole career. So getting into the UFC at such a young age as well, I was only 22.
Okay.
There's a lot of pressure on me. And, I felt it was a little bit hard to deal with at first, but I found ways to manage now. And I feel a million times better, not only with training, but mentally. So I feel like that's the biggest improvement I made over the last year.
Now you talk about, not being mentally prepared or, maybe having a lapse. A friend of ours, friend of the show, Jamal Hill, his last fight, he took a loss, and, he actually was talking to the MMA Junkies a few weeks ago and was basically speaking on how he looked past his opponent, and how even just doing that slightly, how much that can alter everything about what's going on. Can you guys, I'll open it up because we've got so many fighters in the house today. Can you guys talk about, maybe in retrospect after you've taken losses, when you really look at yourself, internalize, the loss, how did that, does that happen? How can that happen?
I think it happens pretty easy if you get inflated self-confidence or you don't have people around you to knock you down, because we're all fighters. We're all feel like we're the toughest people in the room. So it's that important to have the people on your team, your coaches, and people to really knock you down a notch and bring you back to reality and kind of put you exactly where you're at, both mentally and physically. And if you're messing up, you need somebody to tell you you're messing up. In MMA, it does you no good to have yes men around you. And that's a big problem with a lot of people. If you just have yes men, you can get into that mode where you can look past somebody, or you're looking to the next thing or the next ranking, and you can get in trouble that way because the other guy's not looking past you.
Oh,
yeah. Quan, you have anything?
Same thing, Justin. Same question.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, a learning curve. I've had so many fights going into 70 fights. I'm sure at one point or another I've overlooked my opponent and probably come up short too. But now that I've matured as an athlete, matured as a fighter, that's one of my big things that I definitely know. If anything, I have more self-doubt than I would being opposed. And I just saw, Nick Diaz just come out, and that's what he was talking about, his self-doubt. He goes, every fight I feel like I'm going to get my ass whipped every single time. And going into this Robbie Lawler fight, which we'll be talking about in a little while, he's having the same thing. But, he goes out there, performs, and puts together. So, you got to rise to the occasion, man. Don't overlook anybody. And, if you're in the UFC, you're tough. There's no bum fights there.
Now, when you talk about self-doubt, do you think that there's ways where, like, in some ways that can be bad too, because you don't want to, you want to have that confidence and a little bit arrogance of, but if you let this happen, you're going to be in trouble, versus, well, I don't want this to happen, or this, you start to think too negatively sometimes. Is it like a kind of a delicate dance?
Here's the thing. You don't want to think about or worry about what could happen or what possible outcomes are. And, and the UFC put me in good with a really good mental coach. I think we were talking about this earlier.
Sure.
And grounding ourselves in the moment. Saying if I have a fight in 2 weeks, I'm not going to sit here and sweat and stress. Hey, am I going to lose? What's going to happen if I lose? Am I going to lose my contract? Am I going to lose money? Whatever it is, we gotta whatever we can do in that moment to prepare ourselves for that is what we need to be doing, and not worrying about that shit that's in the future, that could happen, that might not happen, that might happen. Don't worry about that. Worry about the now and what you can do now to prepare for it. And that's really one thing over the last year I've really focused on doing is, again, preparing for the now and not worrying about what the outcomes are going to be.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mike?
No, I completely agree with that. The two fights that I've had, one with the UFC and the other with the Ultimate Fighter, there is that balance there of being in the moment and a little bit of worry. Being prepared for a fight, and like, it's not an impromptu fight. For a while that you're fighting, and the day of especially, at least for me, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, before I was doing this, I had a full-time job, and so I'm like, why are you doing this? You can make money doing work elsewhere that's not so dangerous. But then when you get into that cage, that's where you need that calmness, the good walk, pick out your walkout music, something that, some people need it real hype. And for me, I like something that's, a little bit mellow. I'm listening to, country music in the background, getting something that's comfortable to me. So when I get out there, I can feel good and feel in the moment. I'm not thinking about those other things.
Yeah. Now, all right. Well, TJ, what's your walkout music for this upcoming fight? Have you picked it already?
I'm not sure, but usually I go with "Can't Stop" by the Chili Peppers is usually my go-to for pretty much every fight.
Okay. All right.
Do you guys ever have artists, and TJ, you can answer this first. Do you ever have artists like that are your friends or whatever that are hitting you up? Like, hey, can you walk out to my song? And what's that conversation like if that's happened?
I've had a couple people do that this fight, actually.
Madison
But
Square
I
Garden,
don't really
man.
know how to go about it because it's like at the end of the day, it comes down to if I like the song, if it gets me going or not. But, like, I don't mean to be disrespectful to nobody, but it's more important for me to care about the song I'm walking out to than promote your music for free.
I mean, I didn't realize how big that really is for you guys. You know what I mean? Like that is something that actually goes into your preparation. Like, I have to really pick a song that encapsulates what I'm trying to do.
Sure.
Yeah, I listen to my walkout song before practices. Once I've decided which one it is, I listen to it before practice going in. And I won't keep a song after a loss because of superstition.
Yeah.
See?
But it's, same jersey.
He understands. He gets
I mean, that's getting rid of the song. You're wearing the same dirty jersey every day.
Listen, all
He's
right,
wearing it
look.
every day, I'm sure.
Listen. Doesn't matter, okay? If the wind continues the funk, then, we just...
He's won.
We're all right.
They won one game.
She's like, I don't know.
I was like this.
Team doesn't even have a name.
But
TJ, what got you into fighting? We talked about it with Jasmine, but what got you into fighting and made you want to be a UFC fighter?
So basically, my dad introduced me to the sport and to start with, but it was more of like as a fan, just watching it. But I'd always been into sports growing up, so I wanted to just try out a gym one day, and that's pretty much what happened. I just went and tried out, not tried out for like a team, but tried out a class, and it's been history ever since. I think the individuality of this sport versus, say, the other sports I've played in my life. I played a lot of soccer growing up.
Okay.
Was really what drove me to continue to the level I did, because it's like you're 100% responsible for what's happening and what's going on. So I feel like that's really what drew me to the sport.
Yeah, that's dope.
More than anything else.
So what was your other, soccer? Were you trying to go pro in soccer, or was that more of a hobby sport? How was that?
Well, I was only 13 or 12 or 13 when I switched over to
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good. It's technology. It's technology. We still got you. Did we lose you?
So
Oh, he's still...
Damn, that cheap-ass
Sorry,
Canadian
I think
internet, man. Damn, that's messed up.
That's funny.
Oh,
There we go.
there it is.
We got
All
it
right,
back.
we got you back. Somebody jumped in on the Wi-Fi in your spot.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Back. Let's go ahead and do
Okay.
do
You
the
wanna do
picks
the
with them
picks?
for UFC
right.
266 and 266. And how much time do you even have to even look at what's going on right now with you preparing for a fight in November?
I actually I uninstalled all my social media apps
Yeah.
leading up to this fight except for Facebook. So I haven't really, when people tell me there's fights going on, I completely forget. So I even kind of forgot about this weekend. But I obviously know the main event, who's fighting, just because it's the same weight class as me. That's pretty much the only thing I keep track of now.
Yeah.
Locked in.
All right. Well, we're going to give you the names, and you're going to have to guess. But Josh, let's go through.
All right.
Do you want to go through with everybody right now?
Yeah. I mean, we can now.
Yeah.
At this
TJ,
point.
do you got time?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
For sure.
We already got Ms. Jasmine's picks, but I guess we'll open up for the room. The first fight in the main card is the women's flyweight fight: Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Cavallo.
Still Cavillo.
Is it
How do you
Cavillo or is it
say the last
Cavillo?
I think it's
Cavillo.
Cavillo.
How do you
It's
spell
Cavillo.
it? Is it a
I
B
hate
or a
everyone.
V?
Cavillo.
Oh,
Cavillo.
Cavilla. Cavilla. O or A?
Oh.
It's it's O.
Cavillo.
Yeah.
Cynthia Cavillo.
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 All right.
She's a pretty popular fighter.
Cavillo.
Heard her
If
name
you're
a lot
in.
on TV.
I mean,
Portuguese.
Yeah. Cavillo.
I'll start with Mike.
Start with the gentleman.
Start with the
Start with
gentleman.
the gentleman.
I'm gonna go with Cynthia Calvillo on this one. I think she might surprise Jessica Andrade.
And she's a big underdog, so that's now 2 fighters I've heard from.
Cynthia's been a champion before, correct?
No.
Has she?
No, I don't
She hasn't. Okay. She's up and coming. Good.
Andrade.
Andrade. Yeah.
has, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Justin?
I got a little bit to say about this fight. I'm a little
Okay.
biased towards Cynthia. So she trains at Extreme Couture. Her and I, we have the same strength coach at the UFC PI, Matt Crowley. I see the work that she's putting in. I mean, Andrade, very, very powerful, very, very, I think she's a little stiff for Cynthia. I think Cynthia's going to take her in the later rounds, wear her out because, I think that's where she has to beat her. She has to put her up into the cage, gas her arms out, take away that knockout power, and then finish her by decision, finish her in the later rounds or win by decision. I take Cynthia in this fight as an underdog.
All right.
All right, TJ, sight unseen.
Who you got?
I'd go with Cynthia just because I think Jessica Andrade is kind of cringy.
You're supposed to say because Justin
I'm gonna
told
go
me
with
that
Cynthia.
Cynthia's going to win.
All right, Sophia, who you going with? We're getting your picks too.
I'll
I'm.
let you look at the pictures.
yeah, let me-
There you go.
let me
There's
see.
the pictures at the bottom. There it is.
Where are we at?
See.
Cynthia Cavillo.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with Cynthia Cavillo because I love her last name and she looks very beautiful. There we
There
go.
you go. Hey, that's a good reason.
That's solid.
That's
Love it,
how you're
love
gonna
it.
get her pick. So I like that.
That's right.
I'm. It's gonna be a really good fight. I've liked Cynthia a lot for a long time, so I'm gonna go with Cynthia because Justin told me, and I trust him.
I'm telling you, the work that she was putting at the PI, like I said, we work side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very biased towards her because she's doing the same work I am, if not at a higher pace. I think her relentless gas tank is really going to put Andrade up against the fence.
Yeah.
I think, again, she's going to gas her out. If she survives the first round onslaught, she's going to take her in the later rounds and drown her.
All right, Josh, who you got? You going with
I
Andrade?
mean, look, that was
Who was
that
your pick beforehand?
That was who my pick was gonna be.
Okay.
But that's now
no changing because I
six,
said
four,
now.
it's
Don't
4
say-
fighters now. That's
See, I think
4
we gotta get
fighters.
his picks before we go around to
That's
the
fine.
to the
That's
UFC
fine.
fighters.
That's fine. I'll
Don't be
stick.
floppy.
I'll stick with Jessica.
So we'll do our 3 first, and
Okay.
then we'll ask the professionals because I don't
professionals?
want you, jumping ship.
All right. I have no fear.
Okay.
Next up is the heavyweight fight between Curtis Blades and I never can remember that child's
Rosenstruck.
is Rosenstrike, but I never can pronounce his first name. His first name kills me.
Jarzinho.
I feel like his first name's easier than the
If you
last
said
name.
his first name, I wouldn't even know who you're talking about. I just know Rosenstruck.
Rosenstrike.
But Rosenstrike, we're so used to seeing, like, I can look past it. I've heard it
Yeah.
enough times where it's easy.
I feel that.
Jorginho is tough. I guess I'll go first. I actually am taking Rosenstrike. I feel like Curtis has more tools, but Rosenstrike, if he catches him with a bomb, I mean, as Jasmine was saying before, heavyweight is a joke in terms of really picking and knowing. Outside of DC, that was like the only one we had. Where it was like DC's gonna do this, and this, and that's gonna be the fight. The rest of them, it's like who gets hit and who doesn't.
Yeah, I'm going with Curtis Blades. He took a loss last time, right? Didn't he
Yeah,
get
knocked out.
that was
Yeah,
by Derek?
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis.
So I think he was hyped up at that time. I think this is his time to actually come back and win this fight. I think he's a better fighter than Rosenstrike overall. I do expect a good fight though. I think it's going to be a really good fight. But I like Blades a lot. Yeah, go with Blades.
Miss Sophia.
I'm definitely gonna go with Curtis Blades. I'm really feeling how fresh his beard is looking with the stash.
Love that.
And yeah, he's killing it.
Love it.
All right. We'll start with TJ on this one. TJ, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with Curtis Blades. I think the first round's gonna really be like a telltale of like how the fight's gonna go. If Curtis can get him down early, which he's a pretty good wrestler for a heavyweight division. He's like one of the only like wrestling-based heavyweights, I think. And if he can get Rosenstruck down right away, I think he'll just maul him like that. But the first, I'd say 2-3 minutes is really going to tell a lot about the fight.
Yeah.
If because Rosenstruck has a ton of power and his cardio is pretty good. Like he's gotten some late like 5th round knockouts in his career, so the guy can bang in the late rounds. But I'm gonna go with Curtis Blades at the end of the day for this one.
And he had that late knockout win against your boy. He split his lip all the way open.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Overeem.
Overeem, yeah.
And Overeem was winning that fight, I believe, up to that point.
Up
And
until his
he
lip
got him
exploded.
right at the last second and bust. That was the ugliest lip. Like
Ugh.
Sophia, his lip was
Like
all
meat-
white
like
cut
meat
and-
was hanging.
yeah.
Oh,
It was,
man.
yeah,
It recovered good, though.
Pobrecito, that's
It
horrible.
did. It did. Because
Yeah,
I
there's
you
no
definitely.
scar,
really
there's
did.
hardly a
You can't tell. Can't tell.
You had a good surgeon.
Yeah, definitely.
I need his number. No, sorry.
I hate you so
You
much.
don't need
Need a
any
good
surgeon.
surgeon.
You know.
Justin, who do you have in that?
So this is a where are they fighting at? Are they fighting at Apex?
No.
This is
This
T-Mobile.
this is T-Mobile.
So this does go into a factor. If they're fighting at Apex, I'd take Blades because it's a smaller cage. He's going to push the pace and put him up against the fence.
Okay.
But now we're talking about a 32-foot cage. Rosenstruck is very fast. He's very dynamic. He's a very powerful striker. Blades is coming off a knockout loss, so he might be a little hesitant on engaging with him right away. I'm taking Rosenstruck. I think Rosenstruck's going to be too fast. I think he's going to have his angles too sharp. And honestly, he knows that Blades. I mean, he's not an idiot. He's at the top of the UFC. He knows Blades is going to try to wrestle him. He's been preparing for 8 weeks for a wrestler. Like this is not like, oh, he's just going to go in and take him down, and he'd be like, oh my god, I can't believe he took him down.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to play his distance well. And he's going to catch Blades shooting in and knock him out just like Derek Lewis did.
Nice.
I like it. The gentleman.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that breakdown, but I'm going to pick Curtis Blades because I think against Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, up until he got caught with the uppercut that Derek Lewis was waiting for the entire fight, his stand-up looked improved from where it has been in the past, and he was mixing up his takedowns with his stand-up. And I think if he can incorporate that stand-up that he had against Derek Lewis, and it's probably improved now, I think he's going to use that well to get his takedowns. But the power of Rosenstruck's hard to. It's one I won't bet on.
Yeah. You leave it alone.
Yeah.
It's so cool having this many fighters
Yeah, for
on the
real.
show one time.
It is.
You guys are so smart. It's crazy. The next
That's how I
fight.
feel about you guys when you talk about
Well,
sports.
we'll see, but
I'm
this
blown
is
away because
when-
I'm
when-
not into sports.
when you bring professionals in,
Yeah.
it definitely changes the level of the conversation.
Right.
I always think that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Next up, we've got outside of the main event, this one's a huge fight. We've got Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. I guess we'll start with Sophia on this one. So Sophia,
Uh-oh.
there
I
you go.
already know her pick.
Bald is beautiful.
I already
Come
know
on.
her pick.
Bald is beautiful.
I'm gonna go with Nick Diaz because he has a Latino last name and that's dope.
Oh.
She switched it up on you, Quan.
From
But
Stockton,
I do
California.
believe that bald is beautiful.
Hey.
That's what I am
Aw.
down there.
Talk
It's bald is beautiful.
You're gonna get kicked us
You know,
out.
I had
You
to
can't
say
do this.
something
We have,
X-rated.
listen.
You cannot do this.
We have to have
a
some
meeting
kind
off
of
air.
some kind of a button for
Look,
Sophia.
it's not me
where
being on
it's
here
like-
if I can't just say something cochina.
Wow.
Hey, I respect the honesty. I respect the honesty.
Lord
All
have
right.
mercy. All right.
So what
Wow.
do you guys think?
Okay.
Welcome to the show, TJ.
Quan, it's on you.
I can't even remember what we're talking
Like-
about.
What are we
talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Diaz Lawler. Yeah, we're all stuck. Yeah, we're definitely all
She
stuck.
Bald
picked
Go
something.
ahead.
she picked a
Diaz
Brazilian
versus
fighter.
Andre, or
Man, I'm going with Lawler. I don't think Diaz is ready.
They both got ring rust.
no, I don't.
Wait, they both got Lawler's fought
Lawler's
way.
fought a bunch. He's fought
Yeah.
a bunch.
Really?
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought. Wait a minute.
Yeah, he's fought a bunch.
Hold on.
No, their fight was 17 years ago.
Yes,
That's not
that
the
I-
last time they
No,
both
I know.
fought.
I know.
But
I know.
No, I'm not sure. He didn't show up yesterday. Diaz does this a lot. This is his first fight in a long time. I'm not even sure last time he fought.
I think it's been 6 years.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on a 5-year marijuana suspension.
Yeah. Which
It's crazy.
sucks because now you could, smoke all you want, right?
Hey,
Well-
I'm suspended until November, so ask Jamal Hill. It fucking sucks.
Really?
Yeah, my fight was 4 days prior to the new law change.
What?
Oh no! Wait.
I didn't
You got
even hear that.
suspended off of that?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know that.
like, I announced it as well, like on my declaration sheet as well, and they still suspended me.
What?
That's
What are you gonna do?
ridiculous.
I got no surgery anyway, so I'd take time off. So it worked
Yeah,
out.
you needed time.
Jeez.
Wow.
I'm-
Yeah, I got Lawler.
You got Lawler.
got Lawler.
I'm actually gonna go with Nick Diaz. It's something about those Diaz brothers, and I will say now, before the show we were talking with the other fighters, and they were talking about how Nick Diaz is coming in and he's already kind of given a few points over just by saying that I'm not in shape. I'm not gonna be able to make the weight. So that does definitely give Lawler a little bit of a leg up. But I mean, Lawler hasn't won a fight since 2017. The last time he's won. He's fought, but he's lost all of his fights. Diaz obviously has had his fights with the UFC in terms of the corporation. And
Listen, they're
been
both
fighting.
not young.
Yeah,
Right. I
yeah.
mean, this is, a rematch we probably wanted to see a long time ago.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's finally happening, and we've wanted, to see Diaz more. But I mean, it's going to be entertaining.
UFC's
Should be
trying to do
entertaining.
what Triller and everybody else is doing. They're putting together dream fights.
It's like a Bellator event.
We'll go with back to the gentleman.
Man, I think I'm going to go with Robbie Lawler. I think, like you mentioned, Diaz coming in and so late asking it to be at 85. He didn't even ask for a catch weight. So to me, it seems like he was way too far off to even consider making it. The highlight videos of him shadow boxing, he looks pretty thick. And this one, it's a non-title 5-round fight too. So
It's gonna be 5 rounds.
yeah, so I think that plays into.
I didn't know it was
if
gonna be
Diaz,
5 rounds.
If Diaz is out of
Wow.
shape, as the optics suggest, then I think that goes in favor of Robbie because Diaz, he's not a guy that's gonna power punch you. It's volume, and if he's not in shape to throw that volume, I think he can be in trouble.
All right. Back over to Justin.
Listen, you guys are talking about all these important facts, but you guys are missing the biggest fact.
Okay.
That Diaz beat him 17 years ago. Lawler has a chip on his shoulder. He's not taking this fight lightly. This is the biggest. If I lose a fight to somebody and I get a chance to beat him in 17 years, I'm like, I'm just going to go to the gym and half-ass it. This guy's motivated. He's dedicated. This is going to decide,
The
where,
legacy
the legacy
almost,
of this matchup. He already lost 17 years ago. He's coming back. Now look at Diaz, like you're saying, like Mike's saying. He's overweight. He requested to go to 185. That says that his diet isn't on point. He's getting the munchies too much. He's smoking too much. You know what I'm saying? Like these are things that need to be considered. He is going into later rounds, but the Diaz are known for being in shape. With that being said, man, I saw, I was all Diaz first because, again, going in later rounds, but when I saw this overweight picture of him, not to mention I'm hoping and thinking Robbie's going to be motivated for this. I mean, this is just it's a recipe for Robbie right now. I mean, he needs to take advantage of this. Diaz hasn't fought since he fought Anderson Silva. I believe that was his last fight. He lost that fight. I had Diaz at first, but not putting all these things together about the weight, and then I just saw him shadow boxing. I thought he looked terrible. I think Diaz sleeps, I think Lawler's going to sleep him. I don't want to say. You know what? He's going to sleep him with him 4.
All right.
Yeah, Nick Diaz hasn't fought since 2015.
And that was against Anderson Silva.
That was
We're
versus
talking 6 years
Silva.
ago.
Yeah.
And then before that, he hadn't fought since 2013, and that was George St. Pierre. So,
I mean,
Now, who's the one? Nick is the one that changed the weight, right?
yeah.
he has to go to a higher weight.
You go from 170 to 185, and you asked that like 4 days before the fight.
I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So I mean that right there is showing you're not prepared.
Doesn't
right?
look good.
Like, hey, So that means what? 185. So that means
he's probably like 190, 185,
Exactly.
190.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
He's still
gonna
going
be
to
tough.
struggle to get to 85.
I mean, like I said, he doesn't look very defined in his pictures. Who knows? Maybe he's just doing it for a payday. Maybe he's just going to go in there and try and survive 5 rounds, lose a decision, and make a controversial thing. Like, all right, well now we need a third one. Then
And there's always that chance that maybe he doesn't show up to the fight.
They said he's going to be at that. So I know he missed. He missed early in the week some stuff. They said later in the week he's going to be around.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Brian was at the press conference yesterday. He said they were waiting for 2 hours for Diaz to show up, and he never showed up. He said he was there earlier doing some stuff with UFC, and then they're waiting for 2 hours for the press conference, and he never showed up.
Quan, if you told people that you were overweight, would you want to show up? I'm just saying. TJ, what's your
I show up every week.
Who's your pick?
So I was going with Diaz at first, and then I just heard about the weight change this morning. Someone told me about that, and I was pretty confused. So that alone is just having me go with Lawler. Plus, I seen an interview with Diaz where he was just complaining about the fight, pretty much. He was saying how bad he didn't really want to do the fight.
No.
And how he was
Just-
not confident too.
Like how bad he doesn't want to fight. So
Crap,
it's like
I wish we would have said all these
hard
things
to go with
before
somebody like that, you know.
Dude, hey, they did their research.
No. I put my money in, is what I'm
Oh, you
saying.
put your money in.
Anyway.
Yikes.
Well, all right. On to the co-main. We've got.
You always bet for a Diaz fight to be a good fight. You don't bet on winner or loser because
fair.
just with either Diaz brother.
Not to interrupt you. What is the line? What's the line? At?
It was like he's definitely an underdog.
Diaz is big underdog? Is it over 200?
I want to say it was 200 and some change. Yeah, it was legit. It's legit.
I want to put a little something on that.
No, I can't. I told myself I'm not gambling.
You're not going all in.
Nope, not at least not for now. I gotta rebuild my role.
We talked about that one guy that has the nickname All In, right?
Oh yeah, I heard of him.
I don't like it.
Yeah, we'll
No,
He's not all
who is
in.
that? Who is it?
I
don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I think we talked about it the last time you were on
Okay,
because
right
I
on.
had just found out.
listen. We could take nicknames and give it to somebody else.
That's true. I mean, I might as well.
Yeah.
Look, I'm the only person to ever fight in the UFC and not make any money. Like, it's
You know?
fucking crazy if you think about it.
Yeah.
In the history of the sport. That's pretty impressive if you think about it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's different,
Yeah, it's
right?
different,
I mean, John Jones acts like he's not making any money.
Yeah.
Listen, John Jones ain't making the money that he should be making. We've talked about that. All right. Next up, we've got the co-main. It's the ladies first. Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy.
Do we have to ask, or do we just
Do
all
we-
say
do we- do we
Shevchenko
all
on
just say
3?
bullet on 3.
I think we all just put our hands in. I mean, there's no
right.
stopping. The
TJ, go ahead and put your hand in.
Shevchenko, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Bullet-
Sophia, we have to ask Sophia
Okay,
first.
all right.
I mean,
You got to
Sophia.
show her the pictures.
All right.
Honestly, when you said that, I was going to say Murphy right away because it just came to the top of my head. But
Okay.
I mean, I guess I'm going to go with what is it?
Go with
Ching?
Murphy.
You can go with Murphy.
I'm going to go with Murphy.
All right.
Go with
Yeah,
Murphy.
come
All
on,
right.
Murphy. I got
All right.
you.
Yeah.
I think you and
Got
her
you,
camp
girl.
are going to be the only ones.
Okay, I like it.
All right, you and her
No
can-
disrespect.
No, it's
Valentina-
okay. I'm
no,
always by
Valentina's just,
myself, so it's fine.
Yeah, she's
All right.
really good.
There's
She-
only one
Yeah,
lady
she-
that could beat her, and I don't know if they'll have a third fight anytime soon.
I think it will.
Yeah.
I think it'll be the next fight, and I firmly believe Shevchenko is the best women's MMA fighter
Oh, wow.
on the planet. I mean, Lauren Murphy doesn't have a chance. I mean, it's
And I like Lauren, but
I
yeah,
think she's
you're right.
great. I think
It's-
she's on an incredible run. She's
Yeah.
knocked off a bunch of wins. She does deserve the shot.
Yeah.
But she's just too far behind the curve. I believe she's over 40. Shevchenko's just too fast, too powerful, too well-rounded. I mean, for Lauren's defense, maybe Shevchenko will take her lightly, but I doubt.
But even a lightly taken Shevchenko, I mean,
Listen, I'm trying to be
I feel
optimistic.
you.
I'm trying to be
I feel you.
optimistic.
Everyone has
for
a
Lauren,
puncher's chance.
Because I don't.
so Amanda Valentina has to
It has
be
to.
next because
Been two
they
split decisions,
both
right?
Was
It fought
that?
twice.
Yeah.
First, by 2 split decisions, and I think the first one
I believe
arguably
so.
could have
Yeah.
gone to
a lot of
Valentina.
people thought Valentina won.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the only fight because they're both running through. I mean Amanda's run through 2 divisions,
Twice. Almost.
and it's just it's the fight they have to make, and they should just have like a 7-game series like in the NBA, and just best 4 out of 7.
Yeah, pay the ladies and
With
and
that being said, sorry, I have to interject here. It's because look at Holloway and Volkanovski. They're
Yeah.
the same thing, 2 split decision losses. So Volkanovski said it perfect. He goes, well, do I just have to keep fighting this guy till I lose? And the same thing with Amanda Nunes. If they fight enough, Shevchenko's eventually going to beat her. Amanda Nunes is at the top right now. She deserves to be there. She's bigger.
Yeah,
She's
definitely.
very, very powerful. I think Shevchenko's a little bit more technical, but not as physical. With that being said, I mean, if they fight 10 times, Shevchenko's going to win some fights.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it right for Amanda Nunes to do it after she's beat her twice? Maybe it's not. But as a fan, I want to see the fight.
But I mean she's up 2-0 in the series, so if you do a 7-game series,
Yeah.
Well,
and she ties it 2-2.
Well, and on top of that too, she fought her like before they both were who they are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
Years
this
ago.
fight actually now is for the money. So
Sure.
we do it now. It's
Yeah.
like okay, we both can get some money on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? So that would
And
be the
Dana,
only
it
reason.
better be the main fight.
Well,
because
I mean, how
that
motivated
should be.
how motivated is Amanda Nunes supposed to stay? She's beat everybody.
Yeah.
There's nobody that can compete. They keep having to recycle fighters for her.
Yeah.
Eventually, she's going to be like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of training. And then she's going to get caught, until she retires.
Yeah.
And honestly, I want her to retire on top. I don't want to see her to go through a Ronda Rousey phase where she's so dominant and then something happens where she falls off and then she loses
Yeah.
a bunch in a row. I'd hate to see that. I think she's an incredible athlete. I think she's an incredible fighter.
Yeah.
I want to see her retire on the top, just like George St. Pierre did. No
Yep.
fighter besides George St. Pierre ever retires on the top. I think he did it right. I know people
Yep.
hate on him for it, but this guy's been around for 100 years. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, and Amanda's been around for a long time as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Retire while you're on top. Keep your legacy. Don't take any silly losses.
Now, what do you think about Amanda and Kayla fighting from PFL?
Oh, I think that.
Is Kayla overhyped because
think
of who
Kayla's
she
way-
fights
I
in the
think,
PFL?
I'm not going to do it. PFL has incredible
Yeah.
athletes. Kayla is far above all of them right now with their judo. Now, Amanda Nunes, again, talking about the physicality. I don't think she's going to go in there and push Amanda around at all. Now, Kayla in her last fight, Taylor Gordado's fighting Kayla Harrison, teammate of mine, for the $1 million coming up. With that being said, Amanda was there. I mean, I'm sure it's on the mark. But again, I don't think she has round enough skills to compete with Amanda. I think that her judo and her grappling are spot on, but I think Amanda will knock her out coming in for a takedown.
Yeah.
All right.
So we all said Valentina.
Yeah, we all said Valentina. I was like,
she got
go
Lauren
around.
Murphy.
I go off on
All
tangent,
right.
sorry.
All right, last fight of the night, the main event. We're going with Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega. Quan, it is on you.
Who was your coach?
Brian Ortega.
Brian Ortega.
I was gonna say Ortega.
I like Ortega, and he's been fighting really good lately. Volkanovski's the champ, though. Beat your boy twice.
He didn't beat him twice.
I mean,
They robbed that
the
man
record
twice.
says he beat him twice, so I don't know if he robbed him twice. I think he got the first one.
Hey, we're talking about coin flips here, boys. We can't. Nobody got robbed on either.
That's
If it was
what
the
I'm
other way,
saying. I don't
I'll
think
say
it was a
it's
rob.
fucking
I don't think it was a rob.
That second one was more robbery to me.
It was so long ago, I don't remember. I watched both fights, but fuck it, let's run it back a third time. That's all I care about. Let's go.
And in order to run it back a third time, I think he has to win, right? But
Volkanovski said today, if he wins, he wants to fight Holloway a third time.
Yeah,
I
that's good.
saw it on ESPN today.
that's definitely the fight to do.
It's
Like you said, I
100%.
mean,
That's the
you
money.
have to do that fight. It's the money, and they were both great fights. So I mean, with him losing, it was still both great fights. But this is tough. I'm gonna have to go with the champ though. I like Ortega a lot, but this is the champ, and I know he wants to retain that belt, so I'm gonna go with the champ.
This is tough. They're both of them have great records. You know what I mean? Volkanovski only has one loss. Ortega only has one loss and a no contest. Man, Volkanovski is a little bit more. He's more just technical to me. He doesn't wow you with a lot of different things. Like it's what I mean. Like most of the fights are a little bit closer than I feel like they should be for a champion. I think I'll still go with him though, but I don't think it's going to be an exciting fight. I think it'll be long and drawn out.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna go 5.
I think it'll be exciting.
I'm gonna stick with Ortega. And you said he used to train you.
He
was
was
your
my
coach?
coach for the Ultimate Fighter.
So these
That's so
these are
cool.
the two
Wow.
coaches in the Ultimate Fighter that just happened.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna root for him. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Ortega over here.
Yeah. All right, TJ, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Volkanovski on this. I think he'll be able to. He's a little bit more mobile. Ortega doesn't really move too much, and I don't think Ortega's wrestling is particularly that good. He's good off his back. He punches hard, but like I said, Volkanovski's pretty. He's like one of the highest IQ fighters in my opinion, especially to be able to beat a guy like Holloway. Second fight was questionable, but the first fight I felt like he definitely won. Just based off strategy alone. It wasn't obviously not a physicality. He's a smaller guy for sure. But I think he'll just be able to win the chess match against Ortega in this one. I think he'll just be able to move, pick him apart a little bit on the feet. And his cardio is always shown to be amazing. Ortega seems to, I don't know. The Holloway fight's kind of a special circumstance because he was getting beat up bad, but
say it again, TJ.
But yeah, so I'll go with Volkanovski by decision for this one.
Okay.
All right, back on Justin.
I've made the mistake more than once betting against Volkanovski. I actually did it twice. Lost both times. Fucking sucked. So with that being said, I'm done betting against this guy. Max Holloway, I like him on a personal level. I like him on a professional level. He goes in there and he beats him twice. I just lost my train of thought. He goes in there and beats him twice.
He gets
on
distracted
split
very
decision.
easily.
And then Holloway goes and just whoops Ortega up and down the map, finishes him in the 4th round. Ortega came back. He looked great going into his last win against Chan Sung Jung. I thought he looked great, but again, Chan Sung Jung isn't Max Holloway. He isn't Volkanovski. Yeah. I think Volkanovski is going to pick him apart from the outside. He's going to tear apart his front leg, work his angles, and he's going to get a finish in between round 3 and 5. I think. Right. I'm done betting against Volkanovski. He's too tough. He's too good.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
All right, now Michael Gilmore, are you going with your coach, or are you going with the other guy?
Okay, all right.
Loyalty, I like that.
Well, loyalty, and
talk about how it was, being with him in the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, I got a lot of the insight behind the scenes with him and how hard he's working in the things that he's working on. I think Volkanovski is fantastic. I consider him a friend. Also, after the show, he was great to all the guys.
Yeah.
But I think Volkanovski is going to come in very strategic and I think predictable. I think you're right. He's going to try to tear up that front leg of Brian Ortega. It's worked for him against Max Holloway a couple times. But I think Brian Ortega is, when it gets dirty, that's when he's going to be successful in the fight.
Okay.
As long as he can pull Volkanovski away from the technical fight and get it dirty. I mean, Ortega was in there with Tresean Gore, who was scheduled to be in the finale for The Ultimate Fighter, a big 185er, and was sparring him with no mouthpiece, and just going throwing.
Wow.
So he's going to be able to take the punches. He against Max Holloway before they stopped it, he had 2 broken hands. He had surgery on both of his thumbs. I think he had orbital fracture, and he would not stop. So I think that Volkanovski.
That's not okay. That's like literally not okay.
but I think Volkanovski is going to have to hurt him in a way that he hasn't been hurt before. And I don't know if 2 broken hands doesn't do it, broken orbital doesn't stop him. I think Brian Ortega has that dog in him that will come out, and I think he'll get it done.
And this is his shot. This is his chance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's something to be said about.
And he's had a long time to prepare for this. He's known this fight, is going to be the fight for a while. So
It was supposed to already happen, but I think Volkanovski had COVID or something.
Yeah.
And they got pushed back, and they did the show, and they pushed it
Yeah.
back. So both of them are going to come the most prepared you'll see. I think it's going to be a really good fight.
all righty. Is that everybody?
Yep. That's the end of the card.
Okay.
That was the
Looking forward to
the
it.
main event.
Looking forward to it. TJ, any last words you want to give before we let you go?
Thank you guys for having me.
TJ,
That's
thank
good.
you for
That's
coming
good.
in. Thank you.
And
you
TJ, good luck, man. We'll definitely be watching your fight November 6th in Madison Square Garden, man. I really do think that's amazing that you get your first fight in front of fans at Madison Square Garden. Say what's up to Patrick Ewing for me if he's there.
For sure.
All right, TJ, man, we appreciate it.
Take it easy. Bye.
Let me get Sophia back on the screen. I'll let you talk, Josh, while I'm doing that.
Oh,
There
okay,
we go.
all right. There's Sophia. There she is.
There we go. We'll have her scoot over a little bit to her right.
There it is. Now you're
Perfect.
centered.
Perfect.
Oh, so
Now, they're into the NFL, too,
Now,
so I
that
think
was-
we could
yeah.
run down and do some NFL picks before we end the show because we got NFL Week 3 coming up.
Cowboy fan, Lion fan
Lion fan, and just a fan of
life.
men in tight
general,
pants.
but I'm gonna go with the Seahawks for my husband. I'll
That's
do
right.
that.
That's right. It was Seahawks. Seahawks.
Boring.
Loyalty.
Very, very important. She keeps coming back to that.
That's right. Always, right? A little too much.
Oh my
And
goodness.
shout out to Todd over there and Jackie. So if you guys hear the background noise, that's Todd talking really
Yay.
loud with his inside voice.
Hi guys.
Shout out.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, starting tonight, we've got the Panthers versus the Texans. I will start with Justin because he
He's
has
raising his
in his Survivor League made a choice.
That's
So
true.
We'll go with you.
I had to start with Carolina just for the simple, the Texans are starting a quarterback that's never played an NFL down before. And that's my main reason.
Who is their quarterback?
I don't
know
even
who's
know.
playing.
I just know that he had never played NFL down before.
Mills.
I took him for 2. I have 2 picks for my Survivor League. I took Carolina for both of them. They need to win, man. It's the only bet I've played since my fight. Goddamn. So I need to win. I need to get this money back. Let's go.
Oh man, Davis Mills is the quarterback for the Texans.
How many
Davis Mills.
downs has he played?
No, he's a rookie.
Yeah. Let's go. We're not talking about Trevor Lawrence rookie either.
Yeah,
No,
no.
We're talking about Mills. I've never even heard of him, man. He's
Yeah.
like a cereal or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Like
General
Mills.
General Mills. That's
Good
General
job.
Mills. That's
Taking
what-
pictures like Olin Mills.
Shit.
I hate you.
Come on, man.
All right, who do you have? Who do you have? Actually, we'll go with the gentleman. Who do you have in this one?
Man, I like his logic there, and I'm probably not the best person to ask about football because I don't keep up with it like I used to when I played. But playing football and going from even high school to college like I did, the speed of the game is so much faster. And if you're a rookie quarterback, and especially like you said, somebody that nobody's heard of, it's going to be hard to pick up that speed right away. I mean, receivers are switching routes mid-play based on switching coverage, things like that you have to be on the same page on it. And the defenses now, they move, mid-play, and you have to be adjusted to that speed. So that's going to be tough to do for a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Former football player right here, folks.
Speaking on it,
Oh, nice.
Miss Sophia, we have
Yeah, I
panther.
play football as well.
We have a panther
You
and
can
then a
tell.
bull. You can
Yeah,
make
I'm gonna.
make your pick.
I like the Panthers. Let's go with the Panthers.
You just like
That's
Justin.
good
Nice
choice,
colors.
good
All
choice.
right.
Good choice.
Pretty colors.
Who
Yes,
do you?
I'm with Justin on that.
Yes.
Oh, I
Who
got
do
the
you
Panthers.
I'm with Jess.
Yeah,
Big
I-
Jess.
the
Panthers.
Panthers easy. I same thing Justin said. That they don't have a quarterback.
Man, I love it when
They
I can
actually
talk
had a
and
really
people
good
think I know what I'm
backup
talking
quarterback that they pay a lot of money and they still don't want to play him.
He's
So.
not a backup.
about. Hey, they got the general, man. The general.
Yeah, I think the Panthers win. I'm not sure if they cover. They're going at -8 right now, so I don't know if they cover that, but I think they still end up winning.
Yeah, a really
Um,
bad Thursday night game, by the way.
Yeah, that's not one that anybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the Browns, -7.5 favorites versus Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. I'll start with you, Quan.
I got the Browns in this. I don't know if they'll cover, but I got them winning the game. I'm not sure if they'll cover or not. Browns have looked like a team so far you can't really trust yet.
Yeah,
We talked about them in week 1 saying that they're a team that could compete and have a shot at going to the Super Bowl and beating Kansas City, but I really don't trust them yet. They have all the weapons. I just don't trust them. So I got them winning the game, though. I think Justin Fields is going to have a hard time. They have a good defense.
yeah.
And I think Justin Fields is going to have a really hard time against them. This is going to be his first real test, full game. He knows he's starting, so it's going to be a rough one for him this week.
I feel like they're gonna game plan for him, and they're gonna have some plays and different things for him. But I still don't think that they're gonna be able to do anything with the Browns. So I'm taking the Browns. Miss Sophia.
Oh, the Bears. Absolutely the Bears. I feel like the Bears are always the underdog, and I love the underdog, so I'm going to go with the Bears.
All
the
right.
Bears. Okay.
All
Got
right.
to get that out.
I'm going to go with the Bears because my uncle is a diehard Browns fan. And
Okay.
if he finds out that I picked them anywhere, this will be screen recorded and sent to me every week.
Oh, that
Okay.
is so
All
So
right.
funny.
you can't touch them.
Nope,
Can't touch
definitely
the
not.
Browns.
Untouchable. All
Okay.
right, Justin.
Good one.
I got to look out long term for the Lions, so I need the Browns to win. Justin Fields coming in, I think the Browns are going to put a lot of pressure on him, try and make quick decisions. Hopefully makes the wrong decision, throws it right to the Browns. They're -7. I'm taking them. I'm taking the Browns over the Bears.
Back-to-back weeks with them playing AFC North teams, and they struggled with the Bengals when the pressure started to really come. So we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing.
Yeah.
Next up, as of course my phone shifted. Next up, we've got the Ravens versus your Lions. The Ravens are 8.5 favorites on the road.
On the road.
Oh, wow.
In
Good
Detroit.
Lord, we'll start with you, Justin. That's just disrespectful.
Being a home team at Ford Field, a couple years ago with Stafford, they had one of the loudest stadiums. So I'm really hoping that Ford Field, the Detroit fans come alive, make this hard for the Ravens, make it hard for Lamar to make his adjustments on the fly. And I don't think they're going to win, but I hope the Lions cover at least.
There you go. Make it a close game.
Make it a close game at least. I'm going to put. I probably won't put any money on Lions, but if it's what is it, 8.5?
8.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Lions are going to make it competitive. Look what they just did with the 49ers. They're down 41-17 with 2 minutes left in the game. I had to go out and start doing deer hunt shit out in the woods, and they come back and it's 41-33, and I'm like, oh shit, I missed that almost comeback. And they
covered.
Did you see? Yeah, and they
They ended
covered.
up covering.
Backdoor cover.
I mentioned this on Monday. I had or last week. I had to delete a Facebook post about them not covering because
Sure.
I didn't think they were,
Of course.
and I talked junk all week about them not covering, and then they covered barely.
Did you see the game?
Yeah, I was.
So-
He
yeah.
watched the whole game.
So I didn't see the very end, the last 30 seconds. I guess there was a fumble that the Lions had an opportunity to recover.
Yeah,
and-
the opportunity to come back
Damn.
and yeah.
well,
that's
them
tied up.
covering definitely covered my parlay, so that was dope.
Hey.
So
Yeah,
it's
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Yeah. Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's do it. It's going to happen.
You got to give us your reason why.
it's a lion versus
Like
a bird.
I said,
That's right,
I
exactly.
always root for the underdog.
Yes,
And
Okay.
if I just throw that in the atmosphere and the universe, maybe it'll happen.
I hope so.
There it
Justin,
is. Mike, who do you have?
Good vibes.
I'm going to go with the Ravens. I've been in Michigan since 2005 now, and one thing the Lions are consistent at doing is letting people down. So
Aw.
that everybody that's a Lions fan, but their fans are
My
diehard.
heart, in my heart. Oh, he's a
Story of
traitor.
my
He's a
life.
traitor.
That
He's
was
from
that
Michigan.
was
He's a traitor.
that was good.
I'm
Mike.
originally from Arizona. But
Oh, even worse.
That was a good synopsis. Quan, who do you have?
I got the Ravens, and they will cover. They're going to win by 10 or more. Lions got lucky that game, trying to come back.
I don't know if they'll cover. 8.5 is
It's
a
a
lot.
It's a lot.
Especially in today's game. But I do think that the Ravens will. They have a lot. They have a lot to deal with for the Lions to try to keep up with them. Next up, we've got the Colts versus the Titans. Titans are -5 favorites at home. We'll start with Mike.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna go with the Titans being the favorite at home. It's
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Titans are 1-1. The Colts are 0-2. So Colts 0-3. Justin, who do you have?
Honestly, I don't know anything about either of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to be honest. But, hey, the 0-2, the O has to go. Colts are coming through. They're going to win.
Wow. All right. Taking the
Nice.
dog. All right. Miss Sophia.
The Titans.
Okay.
You remember them?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I have a
Always.
big poster on my
I'll use
wall,
that joke
and
every week
I-
Yeah,
with whatever woman's sitting there.
I know.
Always remember the Titans. Quan, who do you have?
Oh, I get it. That was
Oh, wait. She didn't get it at first.
You're talking about.
I got your back, Sophia. I
All
got
right,
your
that
back.
was really good, Quan.
Thank you. I
Oh.
He
appreciate
is
it.
witty like that.
My phone died.
I love
You're going to
it.
have to pull up the stuff.
What a surprise.
Wow.
Late and
Come
wait,
on.
late
I'm
and dead
late.
phone.
Your
Wait,
phone
wait,
doesn't
wait.
work.
A late and dead phone.
Wait.
Go ahead.
All right, hold on.
Be careful what you see there.
Hey.
Oh,
See,
gosh.
you always are
Wow.
doing too much.
You put everything on Instagram the other day, so
I
it
know,
doesn't
literally.
really matter.
It's okay.
Oh, my goodness.
It's out
What
there.
game we're on? Titans. Titans are going to win that 5. They'll cover also because the Colts have a quarterback that has 2 sprained ankles, not 1, but 2. So he's going to be hobbling out
Oh,
there.
wow.
So I got to go with the Titans in this. Derrick Henry, come on, man. Titans, and they cover.
And they cover. Next up, we've got. Oh wait, I guess I have to pick.
Yeah, you gotta pick.
Yeah, the Titans. They have nothing to stop Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Period. That's the only reason I need. Next up, we've got the Saints versus the Patriots. I no longer have spreads, but that's the next game. Sophia.
Saints and Patriots.
I'm going to say the Saints because I am Catholica and I love Jesus, Mary, and the Saints.
Fair.
How about you
Okay.
guys?
I like it.
Good reason.
And it's -3. New England.
-3. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And I got all the games pulled up, so I'll go ahead and
Okay. You'll
Take
take over.
over.
All
I'll
right,
take
go
over,
ahead.
Josh.
There it is.
Don't worry.
There it is.
Saints and Patriots. So I'm going with the Patriots. Saints looked great in week 1, and they look like how I expected them to look in week 2.
Yeah.
And they're in New England. New England, they have a young quarterback, but the rest of their team's still a solid team,
Yeah.
And the young quarterback's pretty good. So I'm going to go with the Saints in this one.
I think I'm gonna stick with. You said you're
I'm
gonna go.
going
Yeah.
with New England. New England.
That's what
New
I was
England.
like, wait, what?
I just dogged the
button
Saints
up.
and be like, oh, and with that being said,
I go with the Saints.
it's like my dating life. I can't stand this girl, but let's go out.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think
funny.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots. As you said, week 1 came out, blew out the Packers, and then last week they fell right back down to earth, and they looked how we thought they would look. I think they probably play better, but I still think Belichick is gonna have too much for Jameis.
That's exactly how I felt about it. I can't go against Belichick. He's too smart. I don't really care about what players he has. He's always developing. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL, maybe the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
And I just can never put any money against Belichick. Anytime I did, I put it on the Falcons.
You lost.
And I fucking lost. So that's just how it
Oh,
goes.
man.
I took the Falcons. They were down up by 21 points. in
You
the
got to
Super Bowl.
start telling
Bill
me some of these wins.
I need
Where
to
are the
call him.
wins?
I
Where
was
are the
like,
wins?
there's a lot of losing coming
where
up
are the
here.
wins in gambling?
The losses I remember so much better. The wins are like, oh, cool, I won. That's
I
great.
won,
Oh my
great.
God, I lost.
Right,
fucking
that makes
sucks.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the wins
it
come and go,
gives
but
you a heavy
the
heart.
losses usually stick
The
around.
losses you feel.
Yeah, I remember every loss I've ever had in any competition, and the wins they're nice, but
I get
wins
it.
don't feel as good as the losses do feel bad. If that makes
Oh.
sense.
Oh, it does.
No,
I like that actually. That's
You win
deep.
championships.
For him?
Championships.
For him?
No, I'm talking about for gambling wise. Wins feel great. Yeah, I'm glad I won, but man, when those losses come, when the Falcons blow a 21-point lead,
and you're counting your money.
and I'm-
That's
I'm
the one
ready-
where
I'm getting ready to
you're
go to
like
the
already
Bears.
counting your money. Like,
no.
oh
Your
man,
wallet
I'm
is
getting
hurting.
all this.
it's disgusting. It makes me want to throw up. So I'm not going against Belichick anymore. My answer is the Patriots take it.
All right.
Mike, what do you
Yeah, I'm
have?
gonna go with the Patriots as well. It's hard to go against Belichick. I mean, he could take the B squad of any team and have a successful season just with his brains of the game and then getting people to play together.
That's true.
Okay, our next one is Falcons and Giants. I'm gonna say the Giants. What do you think, Josh?
Why the Giants? You always have to give us a reason.
The Giants.
Because we know you don't know football really.
I am very envious of anyone that is taller than me. I'm only 5'4". So you know what? Out of just pure jealousy, I'm gonna say the Giants.
That's a great reason.
All right.
That's a great reason. Man, I feel like
And it's -3 at home for New York.
I feel like the Falcons have a shot, especially if they play how they played versus the Bucks. Don't look at that final score because I watched that game and I was sweating out my ticket. That whole time I was like, "Oh, come on, Brady's got me." And
Yeah, it was till 7 minutes left in the game that they actually finally blew that out.
That thing was tight.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the Falcons mainly because I do not want the Giants to win.
Okay, good reason. Both horrible teams, both really bad teams. Both are. I think they're both playing for the first pick in the draft this year.
That's what you think?
I believe so.
I don't think the Giants are that bad. I don't
Giants
think
are pretty
either
bad.
of those teams really are that bad, truthfully.
I believe they are.
Yeah.
I believe they're low 5 in the league.
Shoot.
But with that being said, New York's at home. So when two bad teams are playing each other, I always go with the home team. So New York.
Okay.
Gilmore, what we got?
Mike?
I think I'm going with the Falcons for the same reason that the football team here is going with the Falcons.
Football
Same.
team.
That's
That's so
He's a
weird.
Cowboy
Like, they
fan,
don't, I
Cowboy
know.
fan.
Yeah, we need to make sure that the division opponents.
Yeah.
Stay down
Take
as
the L's.
long as they can before they can come up.
Yep.
Justin.
Now I don't know enough input about either team to give any speculations, but
Matt Ryan still lives.
I like Matt Ryan. I like Matt Ryan, so I'm gonna go with the Falcons and Matt Ryan.
There
You know, it's as much as disgusting as it is to say the Falcons are gonna win after that abrupt loss I had a couple years ago.
See, and I thought for the same reason you took Belichick, you would not take the Falcons.
That's
I don't
Because
know.
Matt Ryan hasn't been good since then.
I don't know a
True.
single player on the Giants team, so
Yeah.
it's I don't after
Saquon Barkley.
Oh, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Okay, well, he's pretty good, but I'm going. I already decided Matt
Yeah,
Ryan.
decided.
I'm done.
All right, next game.
All
All right, the
Sophia.
next one is Bengals and Steelers. I'm going to say the Bengals because when I first looked at it, I thought it said Bengals. It reminded me of the group, the Bengals, back in the day, and I think it's a great girl group.
Okay, there you go.
And
And
that
we're
shall
gonna
not
run,
steal.
we're gonna run
so
through the
no
rest of these
Steelers.
real quick
Yeah,
too,
so
because I know we
we'll
all
hit
gotta
it.
get out. Steelers -3 at home.
Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers same.
I think the Steelers at home will get it done.
Steelers.
Can't go against them. I think Roethlisberger's hurt too. Big Ben's hurt.
Oh,
I think he's hurt.
He's
so
hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think he's playing.
Yeah.
It's fair.
So we'll see. I mean, can Joe Burrow?
He's
Fair.
looked solid.
Yeah.
You know, too many
Yeah.
mistakes versus the Bears.
All right, next game.
Okay, Ravens and Lions. I say Lions.
We already
We
did
already
that
went
game.
through that one.
My bad.
You're
Jets and Broncos. Broncos.
Broncos.
good.
Definitely.
Broncos.
I think they're a -10 favorite. They were originally one of my survivor picks. But
Yeah, this one's 10.5 now.
Yeah,
on
you
ESPN.
left that one alone.
Yeah, I want to use the Broncos later down the line.
Yeah.
That one was dangerous. Like, I don't trust it.
All right, next is Dolphins and Raiders. What do you think?
Wait, did everybody pick that game?
Oh,
We
go
did.
ahead. What do you guys?
We did.
What did we get?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, he said Broncos.
Broncos.
Okay. I didn't hear. My
We all
bad.
said Broncos.
All right, next game.
All right, Dolphins and Raiders. Quan. I know you know what you're gonna say.
Why?
Well, because of the whole vaccination thing at the Raiders.
Oh, well, you know what?
He's moved on.
I
It's
got
a
over
season
Did you
now.
move on
See?
from
I got
it?
over it. I'm
Season
mad that we
now.
It was
can't
a
get
really
in.
big deal last
Yeah.
time. Okay, so Dolphins and Raiders. I'm gonna say
I got the
Dolphins.
Raiders.
Taking the Dolphins.
Dolphins don't have
Absolutely.
Tua. Tua's
I'm
out,
not
so
over it
they
yet.
got Brissett is starting.
Yes.
Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. I
Yeah.
mean, they would go to 3-0 as well. So
Yeah.
that's
And it's out here. Anybody going to the game?
No.
No.
we're all
Absolutely
broke.
The tickets are actually cheaper than normal.
No.
Really?
Yeah, they're going down. They're going down a lot.
I wonder why. I'm good.
Yeah,
Too much
they're gonna have to
vaccination.
change that policy to get people in there.
Yeah,
know?
I'm good on that.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Next one.
All right, next Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
Is that how you say it?
I love
The Buccaneers. The Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers.
I said it like it was Spanish.
Save that.
Buccaneers.
That's her soundbite now.
Sorry.
Who do you got on that one, Justin?
Super Bowl champs.
Or
Tom Brady's
Rams.
taking it. I would like to see
In
the Rams
LA.
win. I'd
In
like
LA.
to see the Rams win because of Stafford. I'm a big Stafford fan, even moving from Detroit. But I think the Super Bowl champs are going to take it.
And they basically have no line on this.
Really?
Tampa Bay -1.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a coin flip, sure.
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I agree.
Buccaneers better win this game.
Is it Buccaneers?
Because this is
It is.
a
All right,
this is a division game for me.
Yes, the Buccaneers will win. Next one.
All right, Seahawks and Vikings. The Seahawks.
Vikings
Okay.
in Minnesota.
There's no way that the Vikings win.
They'll
Yeah.
win.
Seattle.
No way.
Seattle.
I'm going Seattle as well. I'm following Sophia on this one.
Yeah, it looks really pretty there.
All right, Sunday night game. What's the Sunday night game?
Sunday night game. Packers and 49ers. Is that it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm going to say the Packers.
In San Francisco, -3 for San Francisco. The Packers beat the mighty Lions on Monday night, and now everyone thinks Aaron Rodgers is back. He looks great. The team's back. They're gonna 49ers gonna win this by 10. Heard it here first. Hashtag Quanstradamus.
Okay. I like it.
Josh, what do you got? Real quick.
Yeah, the Packers gonna win.
Guarantee they won't.
I guarantee.
Guarantee they won't.
Damn. Come on, put up the money. Come
I
on,
feel
who's
you,
guaranteeing
Josh.
it? You know, when I guarantee something, you gotta come on.
I already owe him dinner.
Them two.
I already owe him one dinner. But
You owe me
you want to
dinner.
bet another dinner?
What do you mean?
We're gonna bet another
Double or
dinner.
nothing.
You're gonna double down
Double or
on
nothing.
dinners.
Double or nothing.
You
I
guys
get-
still owe me a dinner.
We'll take you out.
Yeah. Your mom though, you're never free.
That's true.
There it is.
She's free
That's
right
true.
now. Anyways. Okay.
I know how to weasel.
I know you do.
I backed
Okay.
right out of that.
Who you
You
got?
did.
I got the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers
Packers.
does picking it back up.
Okay.
I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. Green Bay for the NFC. I gotta take the Packers.
Okay.
Okay, Monday night's
Monday night.
game is Eagles and the Cowboys. I'll say the Eagles.
Mm.
All right.
Man, I thought I liked you.
Are you Cowboys?
Yeah, yeah.
Who do you?
But I do love the Cowboys Dallas cheerleaders. I think they're fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the show and they're beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So there-
The Cowboys knocked the Lions out of the playoffs a couple years back. The last time they were in the playoffs. F the Cowboys. Let's go the other way. Let's go Eagles.
There we go. Heard it here first.
That one I never can feel honestly.
You don't even want to touch this game.
I'll take a tie.
Okay.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
All right. I got the Cowboys in this game. I don't like saying that either. I feel like I'm cussing and I don't like to cuss, but I do. I got the Cowboys. I don't think the Eagles are ready yet. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, well, we do appreciate it. Justin, we appreciate you coming in
Thank you.
live with us. We will be here. If you guys want to come watch the fight with us, just come down here, man. We'll be watching the fight this Saturday right here in the studio. Michael, man, appreciate you being here in Vegas and coming through the studio and letting us
thank
know
you.
you're out here, man.
Thank you guys for having me. Next time I'm out here, I'll let you know as well.
Thank
Definitely.
you so much, Mike.
Sophia, we appreciate it no matter
Thank
what
you,
time you got
guys.
here.
No, I
And we will be
apologize.
back next Monday for more Unnamed Sports Show, man. We are out. Peace.
I hate to die and get down.